6:50, and the Supreme Court is expected to make a decision today about whether to uphold court-ruled restrictions on abortion medication.
The ruling will temporarily affect how the drug is used in the U.S. while the case plays out in a lower court. Amy Lou is in Washington.
Well, Patrick and Destiny, a decision here could uphold temporary restrictions on who, when, and where the abortion medication mifepristone is used. The Supreme Court ordered a pause on an appeals court decision last week that allows only a doctor to prescribe the drug in person up to 7 weeks of pregnancy. Today, the justices will decide if those rules will take effect or if the FDA's original guidelines for use of up to 10 weeks of pregnancy set by mail or in person will remain. The Biden administration and one of the producers of the drug are asking the Supreme Court to go even further, either to keep the temporary hold in place until an appeals court hears arguments or take up the whole case, which also challenges the drug's approval. The appeals court in New Orleans will make a decision on the case after arguments happen next month. In Washington, I'm Amy Lou, WYFF News 4.
President Biden has signed an executive order that aims to expand access to care for children and older and disabled Americans. The president is asking nearly every federal agency to expand care options without any new spending. The White House faces opposition to many of the social spending proposals in the Republican-controlled House.
The United States of America, we should have no one should have to choose between caring for the parents who raise them, the children who depend on them, for the paycheck they rely on to take care of both.
The White House says the cost of care for older people and those with disabilities has spiked 40% in the last decade, and the cost of child care has climbed 26%.
Well, a demonstration at the University of Pittsburgh turned scary amid a protest over a campus speaker. Nearly 100 people were protesting a debate on transgenderism at the university featuring Michael Knowles, a known conservative political commentator. According to police, a smoke bomb was set off outside the student center. Police declared a public safety emergency and locked down several buildings. No injuries were reported during those demonstrations.
At 6:52 in Russia, a Moscow court has rejected an appeal from American journalist Evan Gershkovich. It would have allowed him to be freed from pretrial detention. But now Gershkovich will stay in detention until at least May 29th, while the spying case against him is investigated. Russia's Federal Security Service detained the 31-year-old back in March and accused him of trying to get classified information about a Russian arms factory. The U.S. says he's wrongfully detained.
North Carolina is among 8 other states joining the effort to break up Google's digital advertising business. The Justice Department accuses Google of illegally monopolizing the digital advertising market by gobbling up rivals. The DOJ says Google does this through anti-competitive mergers and bullying publishers and advertisers into using the company's proprietary products. The lawsuit was filed earlier this year. Google is fighting the suit and has said the complaint attempts to pick winners and losers in a highly competitive market.
Okay, if you're traveling with your family this summer but have not booked any flights yet, experts warn to be prepared for some high prices. U.S. domestic fares are expected to exceed pre-pandemic prices, but they're expected to be lower than they were last year at their peak. Experts recommend you book your flights at least a month before your summer trip.
Airfare tends to move in one direction in the last few weeks before a flight, and it's not down. It almost always goes up. By May, there's almost no hope.
Also, be flexible with your travel dates. Either shift them earlier or later to find less expensive options. Also, make sure you get to the airport early as always. Skip checking your bags just in case your flight is changed, and also know your rights.
Some special guests at the West Greenville Community Center Tuesday afternoon. The Firmamen's basketball team spent some time with kids in the after-school program. The players and coaches offered some words of advice and shot some hoops with the kids. Greenville Mayor Knox White was also there. The team presented him with a signed basketball in honor of their historic season and their NCAA tournament win. The kids also received basketballs from the team.
Okay, awesome. Grab your goggles and your swimsuits. The splash pad at Unity Park will reopen soon. It's a great way, of course, for families to cool off this spring and throughout the summer. The city of Greenville says the splash pad will reopen on Monday, May 1st.
Oh, I love that video. They're having so much fun.
A lot of fun. I mean, how could you not have fun with that?